do I do this to myself? Bricky. I just hope you guys appreciate how much I appreciate you. Because I don't want to watch this! I mean, I do and I don't. Like, there is a bit of a curiosity factor, but more in like the way you watch a car crash or like something is going horribly wrong and you can't stop watching it. That's kind of how I feel about the Warhammer 40K universe. I just feel like it's so stressful all the time. Is it not? Am I wrong? Is it not so stressful all the time? Because I feel like it must be. The one book I read, like, it was fine, it was good, I enjoyed it, but I was stressed and they killed people I liked and like life means nothing or something like that. I don't know. Before we jump into this, I just want to remind you guys all that I am a self-published author. These are my books. Magic Required and Dominion Required are already out and follow the story of a Celtic demigod named Lachlan as he tries to seek a redemption he is not sure he deserves. Blood, Kin, and Curses will be coming out on May the 4th and it follows the story of a character named Dyson who is a new vampire navigating a world she never knew existed while trying to avoid a fatal connection. Blood, Kin, and Curses will be available for pre-sale on March 4th, and honest to God, all of you indie writers out there or people who want to be an independently published author or want to be a published author or whatever, yo, I legit, those dates, I hope those are the dates my book goes live. I don't know. Ingram Spark is such a, woo, it's tricky. All right, for less joyful things, Bricky, are you gonna be nice to me today? I remember liking, like there were some really funny jokes and some really interesting, like the nuns. But there is one that's like for the greater good, and I don't think we got to that group, and apparently like I don't agree. You would think I would agree, but apparently people have told me in the comment section that I don't agree with their version of the greater good and what they will do for the greater good. Oh Lord, wish me luck here, I'm going in. I don't even know how much I'm gonna do here. Oh, there are sections in this one. I feel like there weren't sections in the last one. Chaos Demons. A-star t-shirts. I'm gonna try it again, but I wanna be ready. So maybe I'll try it again after that and see how I do. All right. Let's test this out.
Hey all, this is part 2 in a 2-part
Hi,
series
Bricky.
on the Warhammer races. If you haven't seen part 1 yet,
I have.
you can check that out in the description, and I would highly recommend you watch that to get context for this episode.
Okay.
If you already have, go ahead and keep on watching. So after an entire episode of nothing but humans, we can now talk about chaos, which involves humans again, but a little bit less. We also got demons and shit.
I just felt someone grab my ass.
What?
Like hard, Nick.
So, as I've mentioned many times
Yo,
before,
the pants!
the warp, the immaterium,
Yep.
the hellish landscape,
Yep.
the purgatory dimension realm between the material realm of our existence. Now, in the warp, it's terrifying, horrible, there are demons everywhere, things are crazy, all your minds and
legs.
thoughts and emotions get projected there. It is both formless and empty, it is vast and tiny, it obeys the laws of time and physics while simultaneously does absolutely nothing of the sort.
So it's everything
a hodgepodge
is nothing and
culmination
nothing is
of just
everything.
unknowable, eldritch, horrifying shit. And
Okay.
there are 4 gods that permeate
The
in
one with the worms in
chaos
his
and
mouth.
the warp.
Bleh.
These are the 4 major chaos gods. And if we wish to learn about chaos,
That
we need to
one.
learn about each and every single one
Oh,
of these chaos
Slaanesh.
gods. First up, we have Khorne, and he is the easiest. Khorne is
Khorne.
your classic Satan. He
Okay.
is all about anger, murder, fighting, blood, guts, death. You ever heard the term blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull
No.
throne? That's Khorne. The
I
whole
haven't
idea
heard that
is
term.
that he is all about
Are you surprised?
fury and strength of battle. He doesn't care where blood comes from so long as blood is flowing. He wants to fight and murder and carnage and slaughter and death, 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 death.
Isn't that this entire world? Isn't that everybody in this world?
Is Khorne. Very simple to understand.
Yeah,
Next up, you have
I get it.
Zeech, and
Zeech.
Zeech is the god of change.
Ew, is his
However,
vagina a
the
mouth?
god of change, it's permeates in so many different other ways. He's the most eldritch of all
Sorry,
the
was that
demon
really
gods.
inappropriate
He
for
has
me to
this
say?
weird way to always be plucking at the strings of the universe. He's always conniving and scheming and doing his best to
Littlefinger.
cause as much little bullshit as he can. Zeech is unknowable. Everything that makes sense, he will and won't do. Every future and setting and every type of destiny or fate is all foretold and also changeable. It is set in stone while also completely random. He knows what everything is going to happen and also that none of it's going to happen. You would ask Zeech a question. And that question leads to 3 more questions. And those questions lead to the heat death of the universe, which asks 4 answers to those questions. And then he thinks to himself, what are questions even really? And are you even asking the questions? Or are you...
He sounds the same as the other thing. Just everything is nothing and nothing is everything. And 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 rights make a left, you know?
Giving paths to answers and other horseshit. Zeech is just, I'm gonna fuck with stuff. He is yes and he is no. He is the understanding and he is complexity. He is unknowable. And that's what the God of Change is about. Very bizarre. And he likes birds a lot. I don't know why.
That's a
Next
bird.
up we got Papa Nurgle. Papa Nurgle, he loves you for who you are. Probably not. He will murder you just the same. But Papa Nurgle is about rot, pestilence, death, and decay. He is the end of everything. Him and Zeech do not like each other very much because where Zeech represents change and adjustment, Nurgle represents stagnation and death. He is all about miasma and pestilence and large bloat and pus and organs and people just being sedentary, sloth. He is the idea that everything will rot and decay and die.
Why is that a good thing?
Besides decay and death. All of us will end up the same way and broken down through just sheer never-ending decomposition.
Why are your legs
So the joke that Nurgle always loves you is generally because of that. Because we all end up the same. We all rot and we all die and wither. That's Nurgle, and he's got a general theme of course, pestilence.
The bugs.
And different kinds of diseases and sickness and things of that nature. That's generally Nurgle. He's pretty easy to understand as well, and he chunk. Finally, we have the youngest of the Chaos Gods, and that is Slaanesh, also known as the Prince of Pleasure or the God of Unspeakable Excess. Slaanesh is generally referred to with sex. But it's not only sex, it's just that's a good avenue if you want to make stuff. Slaanesh is just the idea of the senses of the body being cranked to not just the left.
Initially, I really liked Slaanesh, and I got told off for misgendering. Yo, can we just appreciate that for a minute? Warhammer 40K fans who tell me to fuck off because of my t-shirt got mad at me for misgendering Slaanesh. I love the internet! But yeah, I'm sure he's gonna go on to say this. What I remember about this being is that like it's like not fun sex. It's like too much sex. Like it's not the happy kind where you just have a good time. Is more. Is he gonna tell me that now? Like it's uncomfortably more.
Or like 17. See, we'll discuss Slaanesh a little bit more when we talk about the Eldar because they done fucked up. But
oh, great.
Or whatever is mainly about just the excess of emotions. And therefore, sex is generally a large part of it. However,
excess of emotion? Am I Slaanesh? Just kidding.
It's mostly pain and torture.
Okay, no,
lots of
no, I'm not.
Torture, but
pain and torture,
sexually related or drug related. Lots of drugs. Lots of drugs.
Okay, then it's not me, guys.
Gets off on everything. Extremes in happiness, extremes in sadness, extremes in pain and sadism and masochism, and of course that goes along with the sex part of it as well. It's generally referred to with sex because of the color scheme, very purple, lots of exposed genitalia. A lot of their models have like exposed nipples and stuff, and that is generally the theme you go for from a physical side, but it really embodies everything, mainly pain and also the excessive amounts of emotion. So when it comes down to it, you'll find a lot of them have things like spikes or whips or any kind of BDSM style gear because it is unspeakable excess, the Prince of Pleasure. Everything in excess to the point where it is just sheer frightening. That is Slaanesh in a nutshell.
So I guess I'm like Slaanesh light.
Sometimes, but as we talk more about the Dark Eldar later in this video, you'll understand it far better and far more than you'd want to. Now you might be thinking, why would anyone ever want to join chaos. They all look
Facts.
horrifying, screwed up, and just frightening things, right?
Yes!
Well, the thing is that, of course, one, your mind is put into the warp and the materium, so you can be easily swayed by chaos demons when they get into your
So
head.
I don't have a choice.
Especially if you're a psyker. Sometimes regiments of the less mentally strong people, whether they be civilians or, say, low-level guardsmen or conscripts, can be easily swayed by this and become chaos cultists and stuff, and they serve their dark gods and whatever god they personally refer. However, and this might seem strange, chaos in their own right isn't necessarily evil. See, the warp is every manifestation of emotion and being, every soul, everything.
I need my coffee for this. I forgot it on the counter. Okay. Everything is nothing. Nothing is everything. They're not bad, even though they want you to rot and die and have sex until it hurts and then never stop and the fuck.
Isn't necessarily evil. See, the warp is every manifestation of emotion and being, every soul, everything of existence. This includes all the good things. All the different chaos gods have another side to their coin. Khorne might be death, murder, slaughter,
the other side.
But he's also got this weird sense of survival of the fittest, trial by combat, and honor. Khorne will never lie to you. Khorne will never stab you in the back. Khorne isn't about conniving and scheming. Khorne is about straight up mono-e-mono, you versus me, get in the ring, we're gonna murder each other hard right now. It may not be a good thing at the end of the day, but it is that other side.
I don't know why I thought that was
Him
so
and
funny.
Zeech generally don't get along because Zeech is that conniving schemer,
Loki.
But he's also about the idea of hope. Where there is change for your predicament. There is change for your problem. The hope of the galaxy, the ability to bend the world to your will, the idea that your fate is not set in stone, but in reality that you control your own destiny and can control it whenever you want.
This is so contradictory.
That is Zeech. And of course, Zeech and Nurgle hate each other because while Nurgle does represent stagnation, death, and decay, he also represents finality. An ending. The fact that you can be mentally at peace knowing that you will end and how you will end. Fear of the unknown, fear of change is not present with Nurgle. With Nurgle, everything will rot and die, and that provides...
I get that aspect of it. I was like, I don't really understand any of this, but like if this is the other side of fear of the unknown, like I feel that, I mean... In certain situations, I'm very confident, but for the most part, guys, it's bravado. It's not real. And if I go into a situation that I don't know what's gonna happen, I am very uncomfortable. So this is maybe like one of the first points where I'm like, I can see the positive here, except also not because I'm not trying to rot and die, and I'm not no sloth. I get to the gym, fam. Sorry.
That finality, that ability that this is over. We are all the same and we will all end the same. We know the meaning of life. The meaning of life is to live and die and rot. And with that, it brings peace
Live
of mind.
and die,
Slanesh
but first be friends instead.
Less of emotion. They are also the representation of emotion.
Okay, I like that.
Slanesh embodies happiness. Slanesh embodies excitement and joy and pleasure, not only in the sense of the physical, you know, bam style of pleasure, but also everything else like food and drink and air on your cheek and sunlight, the feeling, emotion and feeling. All of that is also represented with Slanesh. So you have to ask, why are they always represented as super evil skulls and spikes on everything and want to murder everybody?
Okay.
I don't really got an answer for you on that one.
I need that question again because...
You have to ask, why are they always represented as super evil skulls and spikes on everything and want to murder everybody?
And you don't. Okay.
I don't really got an answer for you on that one.
You're supposed to have all the answers, Bricky.
Mentally, humans may think worse thoughts, even if we don't act on them, and therefore they're projected in the warp more. That one's a little bit weird. I don't know. This is me spitballing right now.
Interesting philosophical discussion.
I don't know. You need a super bad guy. You already got the Imperium of Man. You need somebody to be a little bit worse than them. So you got demons. Honestly, who cares? I just want to buy like a bird magician. Look at him. So cool.
So cool.
So combining all this together on the tabletop, chaos
magician. Huh. Okay.
Look at him. So cool.
So cool.
So combining all this together on the tabletop, Chaos Demons are generally very melee based. They run in, go really hard. You have lots of summoning and conjuring, tons of spells. Generally a little bit frail, but they have special saves to make them a little bit stronger. You've got giant demons and smaller demons. You got hordes of little boys and tons of big guys. Demons are as they seem. Demons. Nurgle is slow, Khorne is super scary in melee, you've got Zeech who are far more into psychers and spellcasting, and then Slaanesh who is all melee, really fast but squishy, but in lots of hordes of tons of melee and pain damage, of course. So overall, the demons are a huge part of 40K and a massive threat to almost every single faction with the exception of a couple. However, the big part about demons is also transferred into the other 9 Primarchs we didn't talk about, which are the Chaos Space Marines.
I'm gonna call it. Next video will be, oh yeah, this is the A-star t-shirts. Okay, so how long is this section? Holy shit, that section's long. I'm not doing that section today. So what I want from you guys is, do you want me to try and rewatch the t-shirts thing? The A-star tees. A-star tees. Video again and actually watch it all the way through no matter how much I hate it, or watch that section and then watch it again. So let me know that. I do find the 2 sides of the 4 Chaos Gods very interesting. I think everything in this universe is disgusting, and that's why we don't get a visual depiction of the other side of them, whereas Slaanesh doesn't have spikes on her tongue while he licks some other. Is this fun for you? Are you having a good time? Oh my gosh, guys. It is interesting. It is thought-provoking. Like that last little in the warp, why the depiction, like Bricky's, I guess, a question as to why it happens, an answer of like the human thought projection of negativity. Interesting philosophical discussion. As you guys know, I'm always trying to be friends instead. So that's where I'm gonna leave you. I hope you are all happy and healthy, taking care of yourselves and each other, being friends instead. And as always, until next time, may the force be with you. Live long and prosper. And I'll be back.